The divorce rate in Nigeria is alarming. I see so many people are just jumping on this trend of divorce without really giving proper consideration to certain things. Here are 5 things I think every person contemplating a divorce should have at the front and at the back of their mind. Number 1, you see everything you see in Hollywood movies, Hollywood. Just open your brain and press delete. Delete everything, because why? The practical situation, the reality of the situation is completely far different from what you see in the movies. You know, so there was one time I met somebody called and was ranting, wants to divorce his wife. And at the end of the conversation, he said, I'm coming to your office. Prepare the divorce paper, let me come and sign. I laughed and laughed. I said, okay, don't worry, come, I'll explain certain things to you. Truth is that it may work that way in Nigeria. There's nothing like signing divorce papers. You will settle down faraballi and go through the divorce process thoroughly. Sometimes can drag for 2-3 years. You understand? Number 2, you have to be financially prepared. I tell people, if in your marriage money is the problem, you are struggling with, finance, going through a divorce is not a wise decision, because it requires a lot of money. And most lawyers will not go to court for you for free when it comes to divorce proceedings. They are not emotionally attached. They don't send you a message. The money, 2-3 years in court, you will pay. You are really going to pay. Number 3, not all types of marriages, not all forms of marriages will go through a formal divorce. In my previous video, I talked about the legit that customary marriage is 100% legit and recognized by law in Nigeria. There, I also give details how the 3 types of marriages that are known under Nigerian law can be dissolved, or when issues arise, they need legal help, how they can go about it. You can check out my previous video for more information on that. So just have it in the front and at the back of your mind that it's not all forms of marriages that we go through a formal divorce, only statutory marriage, which we call court marriage, that goes through the formal divorce process. Number 4, the judge assigned to your case has the rights, has the power to reject your application. That you have gone to apply for divorce does not mean that automatically that application will be granted or it will be approved. You understand? There are certain times where the court will throw it out because they do not feel that the issues you have qualify for a divorce under Nigerian law. So I don't want this to come to you as a surprise. After you have done all the stress, gone through the rigorous process, gone through the back and forth in courts, your matter at the end of the day, they may throw it out, they may not approve it. But of course, your lawyer will guide you on the next steps. But just have it in mind that it's possible for the court to say no. Number 5, if you are going through the stress of a divorce process, endeavor to fight your own battle. I've seen situations where people come from families that are very hostile and aggressive to in-laws. There are some families, either they are way or no way. You understand? If you come from such family, use your sense. Because by the time you go through the rigorous process of divorce, you may get tired or frustrated halfway. Imagine going back and forth 2, 3, 4 years. All because you are fighting the battle of your mother or your father has an opinion about your partner. There was a time that I was in a divorce matter and the judge encouraged us to try and see if we can settle. When we go to the mediation, that's where you have professionals sit down to talk to the couple and try to settle amicably. We are assigned to a particular mediator. There are 2 of them, 2 elderly, experienced people. So another couple was also assigned to the same mediators. So they called them in before us. So I just went somewhere in the corner to look for a seat and I sat down waiting for our turn. So at some point, the elderly woman called out the lady by the side. I was trying to talk to her personally and not too far from me. And the question the woman asked was, so what do you really want? I was expecting typical things. Some women will say, oh, money for upkeep is not enough, or he beats me, or he talks to me in a way I don't like, or he does, typical things that you expect women to say. I was surprised. She said that if the husband knows that he really wants the marriage, he has to travel to Ibadan and go and prostrate and beg my mother in the presence of my mother's siblings. So it means that what she's expecting now is that the man first has to call for family meeting. All the mother's sisters will now sit down. He will now travel and go and meet them and go and beg and prostrate before the mother in the presence of the mother's sisters. You can imagine how ridiculous the request. In fact, the mediator that was talking to her, the woman just froze like, seriously? You understand? So you don't even have any personal grievance against this person. You know, some families are so aggressive. It's either their way or no way. They will sometimes weaponize their child against their partner. Some families do it. If you know that I come from such a family, you have to be careful. Because the truth is that the level of sacrifice that your partner is willing to make for the welfare of the children and the home, no member of your family can do it. Especially with this current economy, no member of your family can do it. By the time you move to your parents, they feed you for 1 month, the whole streets go hear your story. You understand? So you have to apply wisdom. Some families, either their way or no way. You know, they are ready to crush everything in their way. They are ready to force their, and you know, it's very, very hostile. I'm not saying the guy is right. The guy may have done a lot of wrongs. But the truth is, that matter could have been resolved because she didn't appear to be somebody that was difficult. Just because she was fighting the battle of extended family. And the truth is, if you do not fight your own battle in a divorce process, you go through it, you'll be frustrated halfway. Imagine going back and forth sometimes. Sometimes you should be at work. Your lawyer will call you, you have to come to court. There are sometimes you should be in your business place, you have to come to court. You are wasting money. Especially now that transportation and fuel is not even cheap. You are wasting money, wasting resources, going back and forth. Over what? You now be fighting the battle of another person that is not even your own personal grievance against your partner. There are some people, adults, I don't even blame extended family, I blame the adults involved. There are some adults that are in marriage, but their placenta is still attached to their mother's uterus, or still attached to father, or still attached to extended family. And you're in marriage, stressing out your partner. I'm not in any way defensive of anybody. I'm just saying, you understand, that the sacrifice your partner is willing to make for the children, welfare of the children, and no member of the family will do it. Not even with the current state of the Nigerian economy. If at this stage you have still not subscribed to my channel, subscribe, encourage your girl now. Subscription is free. Just click subscribe to my YouTube. Like and follow me, please. Thank you.